Welcome to SanDisk TV. I'm your host, Celso Dulay. In keeping with our Extreme Team series, we are here in Mammoth Lakes, California with Pondella. If you like to ski off of cliffs, or maybe climb 350-foot walls of ice, or even take a swim with an iceberg, then you're going to want to go extreme with Pondella. We're here with Pondella. Hi, Christian.
How you doing?
Good. So we had to hike up a little bit to get here. How high did we hike up?
We probably hiked about 1,000 feet and maybe 1.5 miles, 2 miles to get up here.
How did you get into photography?
Basically what got me into photography was pretty much my love of sports, skiing and rock climbing. As a kid growing up, I played a lot of team sports, football, basketball, ran track in high school. And then since we were little kids, though, we've always been skiing. Our parents would take us up to Mammoth 3-4 times a year on ski trips since I was like 6. So I've always loved skiing almost more than anything.
A chance meeting with an editor becomes a 1996 spread in Powder magazine. Tell us how that happened.
Yeah, a chance meeting. That's exactly.
Changed everything.
That's exactly it. Yeah. Back in the day, I used to ski every day as a ski bum. You go to the hill, and occasionally you'd run into somebody, and you'd just new friend and ski with him all day. It wasn't until the end of the day where we got to like ask him what we actually do, and he's like, "Yeah, I'm the photo editor for Powder magazine." And I was like, "Wow, I'm kind of into photography and always maybe thought about sending photos to you guys." And he was super encouraging and told me what to do. And we sent the photos and ended up running a whole feature on it.
You got discovered.
I got discovered, yeah.
What happened from 96 to 2000 before you teamed up with Red Bull?
I would just shoot a lot. Mostly skiing, would submit it to the magazines. Kind of like the snowball effect. Just the more you get published, the more you shoot. Eventually in 2000, Red Bull came to the US and was looking for photographers. Working for Red Bull has been an amazing opportunity for me because almost every adventure sport that you can think of, I've shot for those guys.
But the kind of sports that you cover, you use burst mode a lot.
Well, yeah, I use burst mode a lot and shoot sequences. A lot of times when you're shooting motorcycles like MotoGP, these guys are going 200 miles per hour and there's 12 or 14 on the track zipping by you. You obviously want the burst mode and fire off as many shots as you can as these guys are coming by. And having a card that fast is key, otherwise you fill up your buffer and then you can't shoot any more photos. The older, slower cards, you couldn't do a sequence. They're jumping and catching so much air, they could be in the air for 2-3 seconds. So a sequence could be 30 photos in a row. So if you don't have the right speed, you can't take the sequence.
Yeah.
So the new cards with their capacity and their write speed is essential for the type of sports I shoot.
Your love of adventure and your love of photography don't stop with just the X Games. You also are into some extreme other winter sports, iceberg and glacial climbing, going into ice caves and climbing there. Tell us a little bit about that.
Well, I've done some cool adventure photo shoots around ice. One of them was climbing icebergs in Labrador, Canada, where my friend Will Gadd and another friend of his got this crazy idea to ice climb on floating icebergs in the middle of the Atlantic Ocean. And that was pretty crazy and absolutely beautiful being out there.
Now you actually got in the water because there's a shot that you have.
That's another iceberg.
Oh, okay.
It's another iceberg and it's kind of in the same area where they went wakeboarding. And for that one, I got in the water with an underwater housing for my camera. I could actually shoot the bottom half of the iceberg under the water and the guys wakeboarding above it, which was really cool.
It's pretty impressive.
Yeah, that was one of the cooler things I got
call
to
that
do.
extreme.
It was, but probably the most extreme thing I did though was when we went ice climbing underground in Sweden. We would go out 500 feet underground, and they were climbing these really challenging climbs under the earth, which is a pretty crazy place to be, but pretty surreal as well to be down there for like 12, 14 hours a day.
Tell us why SanDisk is the brand that you trust.
I choose SanDisk just because a lot of the environments that I'm working in have extreme temperature changes from warm to cold or moisture, like with the ice climbing. So knowing that I have reliability with my cards is huge. A lot of the stuff you shoot, it's not like you can just go back and reshoot it. So you get a one shot at it. You could put one card in now and get almost over 1,000 photos before you even have to change it, especially with the 64 gigabyte capacity if you wanted to use one that big. Whereas with film, you got 36 photos and that was it. So you'd go to these places and you'd have to bring like 20 rolls of film. You know, it's a huge bag of film for a day. Or you'd go on for 2 weeks, you'd have to bring 150 rolls of film. So now with, 150 rolls of film is in a little compartment this big. With the latest cards, the Extreme Pro cards, the capacity they have and the speed at which the photos get written to the card is amazing.
If someone's interested in getting to extreme photography, what would you tell them?
Like I said earlier, don't go shoot guys in cold, snowy places. Go shoot supermodels in the tropics. No, adventure sports and winter sports, it's awesome. And, it's skiing or ice climbing. It's super fun to participate in, and it's really fun to photograph. So it's important to have good equipment. It's important to have really good compact flash cards that aren't going to fail, and it's important to have a good camera that's weather sealed. So you got to have good quality equipment.
If you want to find out more about Christian and his work, you can go to his website, christianpondella.com. And of course, to find out more about SanDisk, you can go to sandisk.com. I'm your host, Celso Dulay. Thanks for watching.